Smooth highway at high speed, and your car is feeling stable and in control. Suddenly, the journey changes. You're now navigating a snow-covered road with limited traction. Later, you find yourself on a muddy trail.
Bro, where the fuck this nigga going, man? Why this nigga going, bro? Nah, this is one of the math questions, because that's just ridiculous, bro. This car is in quicksand, nigga. He's done, bro. He's fucking done.
The wheels spinning and struggling to find grip. Finally, you're climbing a steep, rocky incline, with every wheel fighting for traction to keep
The
you
Defender
moving.
goes hard.
What makes your car adapt to these wildly different conditions? Here comes the different drive.
This nigga's dumbass driving.
Drive, front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive.
Okay. Let me look at this shit. Like this is some nice photos. Rear wheel drive. Now, so what we learn is that when the engine is, well, the engine placement is in the front. But wait, so hold on. If I flip the front wheel drive and like, cause like hold on, I'm getting hold on. No. All right. So boom, rear wheel drive, right? So rear wheel drive, they got the engine in the front in this photo, and it's connected to the back wheels, and the back wheels is giving the power of making the car go. The front wheel drive, everything is connected in the front, so there is no little stick connecting to the back wheel. So the back wheel is just bullshit. And to be honest with you, you could just put like, I don't know, some fucking donuts in the back. And hopefully your car will still drive, right? And now all-wheel drive, it seems like most of the power is being done by the back wheels, with a little bit of power designated to the front wheels, right? And then 4x4s mean all of them bitches is putting in the work. But my question is, right, so if I take the front wheel and kind of flip it upside down, make it fucking goddamn camera, bro. So like, and I flip the front wheel and I make it upside down, so does it technically become a rear wheel drive car? Is that considered rear wheel drive? Like, it gotta be a rear wheel drive, right?
To understand this, let's start with a key component of all these systems, the differential. Imagine a simple car axle with two wheels attached. When the car moves in a straight line, both wheels rotate at the same speed because they travel the same distance. In this case, both wheels are in sync. Now, the car takes a turn. The outer wheel has to travel a longer distance than the inner wheel because the outer wheel's path is larger.
No, the fuck, hold on,
Both wheels pull car axle component of drive and four-wheel drive. To understand this, let's start with a steep rocky incline, with every wheel fighting for traction to keep you moving forward. What makes your car adapt to these wildly different conditions? Here comes the different drivetrains: rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive. To understand this, let's start with a key component of all these systems, the differential. Imagine a simple car axle with two wheels attached. When the car moves in a straight line, both wheels rotate at the same speed because they travel the same distance. In this case, both wheels are in sync. Now, the car takes a turn. Okay. The outer wheel has to travel a longer distance.
Ain't no fucking car take a turn like this, man. What is this shit? What?
Than the inner wheel because the outer wheel's path is larger. If the two
I feel like they would still go the same distance. Like, well, no, technically not. Right? Because if you turn your wheels and you're making a turn, nah, okay. Alright, word. Because, like, yeah, that would be impossible if it, like, did go the same distance. Because if it did go the same distance, then that technically means that you're driving straight. Like, you're driving straight. So, therefore, that's impossible if you're turning.
Rigidly connected, like on a solid axle, they would both try to spin at the same speed. This causes the skidding of the inner wheel. This leads to poor handling and control. The differential is a mechanical device placed between the two wheels on an axle. It allows both wheels to receive power from the engine. It also lets each wheel spin at different speeds when needed. Inside the differential, there are gears called pinion gear, ring gear, side gears, and spider gears. The ring gear receives the power from the engine via pinion gear. When driving straight, the spider gears stay stationary and both wheels rotate at the same speed. When turning, the spider gears spin, allowing the inner and outer wheels to rotate at different speeds. This helps take a turn smoothly as the inner wheel rotates slower than the outer wheel. It's a small but ingenious component that makes modern driving smooth and safe.
Interesting.
Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, how this fits into the world of drivetrains. First up, rear-wheel drive. This is one of the most classic and performance-oriented drivetrain setups.
Facts.
Let's break it down. The engine's power goes through the transmission. From the transmission, the power flows through a long drive shaft that runs to the back of the car. The differential receives the power and splits the power between the two rear wheels, allowing them to rotate at the same speed. The differential also allows the wheels to rotate at different speeds when one wheel loses traction. These wheels propel the car forward, while the front wheels focus on steering. The separation of steering and power results in more precise control. Rear-wheel propulsion allows for sharper acceleration, especially in sporty or luxury cars. In slippery conditions like snow or ice, the rear-wheel drive is struggle, as the rear wheels may lose traction.
Nah, nigga, you just fucked, bro. You're fucked. Trust me, man. I had experience when it fucking snows here, man. You ain't going no fucking where, bro. You're fucked. You're fucked, and hopefully you have enough gas so the fucking cabin can stay warm, because you're fucked. You're fucked, bro. Unless you put chains on the back wheels, you're fucked.
More easily. But not all driving scenarios are the same. So, how does this compare to front-wheel drive?
You're fucked.
Let's find out.
You're still fucked.
In front-wheel drive cars,
matter of fact, you should just drive backwards at that point.
Mounted together in a single unit called a transaxle, located at the front of the vehicle. The engine generates power, which passes through the transmission, where gears adjust speed and torque. The differential, integrated into the transaxle, splits the power and sends it to the front wheels through CV axles. These wheels propel the car forward. The front wheels not only handle wheel rotation to move the car forward, but also manage steering.
Damn. It's a lot.
Just like in rear-wheel drive, the differential allows the wheels to rotate at different speeds when one wheel loses traction. But compared to rear-wheel drive,
you're fucked.
Front-wheel drive cars are less suited for sporty driving dynamics. Front-wheel drive is all about practicality and efficiency, making it perfect for everyday use.
Yo!
But what if the road disappears? The terrain gets unpredictable.
You're fucked.
You need to drive anywhere, no matter how rough the conditions.
You're fucked.
That's where 4x4 comes in.
Okay.
Giving you the traction and control needed for any terrain.
Let's
see how it works.
Shit tough.
Here, the transmission is placed after the engine, and after that, there is another component called the transfer case, which is the heart of the 4x4 system. This component delivers the engine's power to both the front and rear axles. There are two main types of transfer cases: part-time 4x4 and full-time 4x4. The part-time transfer case has one input shaft from transmission and two output shafts to the rear axle and front axle. And there are three modes: 2H, 4H, and 4L. First up, 2 high range mode. Here it receives power from the transmission and sends power only to the rear wheels for regular driving. The front axle is disengaged. It works the same as the rear-wheel drive system. Second up, 4-wheel drive high range. When you need extra traction, the transfer case engages the front axle through a chain or clutch system. This splits power equally between the front and rear axles. Both axles receive 50% of the engine's power, ensuring that all 4 wheels contribute to propulsion. Each axle in a 4-high system has its own differential. These open differentials allow the left and right wheels on both axles to rotate at different speeds. If one wheel on an axle loses traction by being stuck in the mud, the open differential will send most of the power to the spinning wheel. This can cause the wheel with no traction to spin uselessly while the other wheel, with traction, receives little to no power. So, many 4x4 systems include locking differentials to address this issue by forcing both wheels on an axle to rotate at the same speed. The mechanism inside the differential locks both axle shafts together. Simply, it is likely deleting the differential from the axle. Now it acts like a solid axle, and both wheels rotate only at the exact same speed, regardless of traction differences. Power is evenly distributed to both wheels, ensuring the wheel has a better grip and can propel the vehicle forward. Here, the left wheel has no traction and is not spinning uselessly. The power is evenly distributed to the right wheel, which has traction, moving the vehicle forward. 4H is designed for moderate to high speeds, typically 30 to 55 miles per hour, depending on conditions. Switching back to 2H on stable roads helps maintain efficiency and prolong vehicle life. So when to switch to 4-wheel drive low range? 4L is a drivetrain mode designed to provide maximum torque and control for extreme off-road situations like climbing or descending steep, rocky, or driving through deep, sticky mud. The transfer case engages a low gear ratio, commonly between 2:1 and 4:1. If the input shaft from the engine rotates 4 times, the output
Okay,
shaft...
so I feel like, to be honest, like, I feel like it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it does matter, but like, it doesn't really matter at the end. I mean, I guess it does matter. I mean, and it doesn't really matter. Like, if you just drive cars to get from like regular places, I don't think it really matters like which drivetrain you use. But because I feel like you could still go to the mountains and do what? Well, I don't know if you could do this, but like if like the desert mountains with like a rear wheel drive car with big ass fucking wheels and still make it over the rocks type shit. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need all wheel drive to accomplish this. I think you'll be able to do this with a rear wheel drive, an all wheel drive, and a 4-wheel drive, but not a front wheel drive, because. But I don't know. I guess you can do it with a front wheel drive, right? It's kind of hard to determine. No. I think rear wheel and all wheel and 4-wheel definitely. Front wheel, don't think so.
Or driving through deep, sticky mud.
This you might need all wheels.
The transfer case engages a low gear ratio, commonly between 2:1 and 4:1. If the input shaft from the engine rotates 4 times, the output shaft rotates only once. This increases torque 4 times and reduces the speed 4 times. For example, if your vehicle's output is 300 Newton meters of torque, a 4:1 low-range gear ratio can deliver 1,200 Newton meters to the wheels. Due to high torque, the tire pushes against the ground, and the ground pushes back with an equal and opposite force. This reaction force propels
the fuck is this nigga going, man? You're done, bro.
So
you need skis, man, fam. You need skis, man. Like, go get some skis, put under the wheels, and maybe you'll get to where you're going. Because after that, I don't know, man. You're going to be doing that shit all day. Not getting nowhere.
The system makes 4L better suited for any challenging off-road conditions. And in full-time 4-wheel drive vehicles, there's an advanced component known as the center differential. It adds flexibility by allowing the front and rear axles to rotate at different speeds. But one axle might lose grip, causing the differential to send most of the torque to the axle with less resistance, typically the slipping one. Locking the center differential ensures torque is evenly distributed between the front and rear axles, preventing one axle from slipping and maintaining control. Let's move to a more modern and automated solution, all-wheel drive. This is an always-ready sibling of 4x4, designed to handle a mix of conditions without different modes like 2H, 4H, or 4L. It does not use a transfer case. Instead, it uses a center differential or a multi-plate clutch to manage power between the front and rear axles. For better understanding, we will take the multi-plate clutch used in modern vehicles as an example. This system has wheel speed sensors on all wheels. These sensors continuously monitor wheel speed. If the front right wheel loses traction,
So I don't think I have a.
the sensor detects
I think
the
mine is
spinning
all
wheel
wheel, bro. I
and
think I
sends
got
a
an all
signal
wheel
to
drive
the
car.
AWD control unit.
I don't know. I
Control
gotta go
unit
check.
engages the clutch plates. This gradually connects the rear drive shaft to the transmission, sending more power to the rear axle. Instead of power being wasted on the spinning front right wheel, the system redirects torque to the rear wheels, helping the car regain traction. And this system does not contain low gear ranges, so it is suitable for on-road performance and moderate off-road conditions. And there you have it. Suitable for power, power from spin struggling wheel drive.
All right, boom. So I think rear wheel is he trying to be sporty and shit. Front wheel is just like, nigga, you just front wheel. You just need a front wheel car or something like that. And then all wheel is like you are trying to do the same thing a rear wheel drive car does. Right. You're trying to do the same thing a rear wheel drive car does, but you still got to go like grocery shopping and shit, right? And then 4x4 means like, nigga, you trying to go to the mountains, you trying to go in the motherfucking Sahara desert and shit, and I don't know, go hiking and shit, and you got like a big ass truck that you try to move shit around and shit, so you got to make sure some of the wheels is doing like some things, and while the other wheels is doing other things. Like, you want to make sure the front right wheel is getting 16, is spinning like at a rate of 16, and the back is doing 25, and the other one is doing 75, and the other one is just like facing towards the left, and you somehow fucking maneuvering that shit and getting you where the fuck you going type shit. Word. All right. Word. Facts type shit. Word. Facts. Word. So I felt like with this let's see what you could do. Let's see what you could do.